Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where we break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we're doing Liverpool against West Ham. West Ham have kind of I don't know, maybe got some a little bit of stability since Potter's come in. And I think this thing with Graham Potter, I don't think he's a good coach. Is he okay? Yeah. Like when he was at Brighton weren't looking to push into the Champions League and be fantastic. They were getting where they could outplay you and beat you every now and again, but they're not as good back then as they are now. And I think Potter's got this sort of aura around him that people put him on a bit of a higher pedestal as a manager and a coach than he really is. You saw how badly when he failed at Chelsea, really. But we're going to talk about this first goal here because it's just a long ball, which isn't really a long ball. It's just a ball knocked forward, which is really different. But you can see the reason why you do this is because you can take out an entire team with one pass. And it's so overlooked nowadays because I talk about this quite often about how poor coaching is not just in the UK, in the whole world, and in just the fact that they don't really know what they're doing anymore. They don't. They're following certain things, and if you want to know more about that, go check out some of my coaching videos when I explain that ex-pros are some of the worst coaches because they try to teach all the things that they didn't know. That they think would have made them a better player instead of all the good things that they did know that did make them a good player. But let's move it on just a little. Okay, so as the ball's coming in, this is absolutely shocking defending, right? I don't really care which defender you are in the world. You've got to ask yourself one simple question. Are you faster than Mo Salah? That's the question. If you are, you can get touch tight and do this. If you're not, you cannot get touch tight and do this. You must be giving at least 5 yards, be in this space here. The other problem is if you're going in this tight and you don't win the ball, well, he's just going to run in on goal. You know this. I mean, this is basic football. You don't put yourself in a scenario where you're trying to reach in for a ball if you're not going to win it. You back off. What you actually do is as soon as he receives it on his first touch, that's the moment you're looking to pressure. So because he receives it, and as he goes to look to turn, you're looking to stick him and hit him there. If you're doing this, you're just going, go on, mate, have a run at goal for. Off you go from the halfway line. And of course, Mo Salah just spins him. I mean, of course he's going to spin you. He's either going to spin you with his strength or do you with his pace in behind you. Mo Salah doesn't even have to stop the ball. He just lets it run and off he goes. So now you're in real problems if you're a centre-back because you have to go out and pressure the ball, but it's the Premier League, so the ball's not important anymore. You need to be going out there. And of course, when you do, you're leaving 1v1 in the middle here. So you've just one stupid left-back over pursuing halfway up the field has caught your team completely and utterly out. Absolutely done him. Look, he's trying to get over. He needs to get closer. He really does. But you can clearly see Luis Diaz is completely and utterly unmarked. One bazooka over here is just let him run. You can look at the back line. Obviously, the left back's out of position, but your right back's completely out of position as well. And we're putting a little ball through, and it's just a tapping on the back post. But there's another thing I want to show you about Luis Diaz's run. I'm going to show you that just as soon as I show you the goal. And this is the frustration. If the centre-back gets anywhere near close enough to make a challenge, Mo Salah just passes it with the outside of the foot. Really good pass. He's most likely probably trying to put in Jota here, who can't just quite get to it. But then you've got a backup on the far post right there, just to tap the ball in the goal. Bump, goes across, and then it goes. Makes it 1-0 to Liverpool. But I want to show you this Luis Diaz run. So this is so important. If you want to become a good wide player, this is a key skill that no one actually really understands or utilizes properly in the coaching world. It's called standing still. They always want you to be active in doing stuff because they can't understand a lot of the time. You just need to stand still to create space. There's some really good centre forwards over the time. If you go back, Ruud van Nistelrooy is one who just stands still and space ends up happening because players react to the ball. They run away. One bazooka is running off and he just stands still. It's not just when the ball's played though. I want to show you this. So as it goes, bum, 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 bum. Do you see? He knows, but he's still standing still. He's expecting Salah to get it, but he isn't rushing yet. He's just waiting. There's a couple of reasons why you do this. Well, yeah, you want the space. But the second thing you don't do is you don't alert anyone else to your presence. The moment you start running, one of the defenders will catch it out of the peripheral and go, I've got to go mark him. But if you just let them carry on with the game a bit, look how far everyone has left him. And now he starts making his run. Much later, everybody's left him, and now he can just go in and finish the goal. Really well done. Very, very patient. But let's move it on. We've got lots to talk about. First off, if this isn't a handball, I don't know what is. Your arm is out here, and here's the ball coming in towards to hit you straight on the hand. Handball? I don't think there's a rule that says if you're sticking your hand out really, really far and changing the flight of the ball to protect your face that it's allowed. No, it's not. It's a handball. Donk hits him on the hand. Plain as day is a handball. And you have to question again, how bad is VAR? Or is it just really that there's certain, like I'm telling you, if you're not Forest or a Wolves fan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Certain teams get things, certain teams don't. And that is another classic example. That's why no one trusts referees or trusts the Premier League, because that's a clear handball. It's plain as day. Is it cheap? Yes. Is it really annoying? Yes. But it's still a handball. And if you have this VAR thing where it says, oh, we're going to get all these little decisions, and you don't, we no longer trust you, because we can see that's a handball. We can stop it and look, his arm's miles out. And now the referees again lose one more tick in the credibility box. Well, they don't have any left anyway. It's in the minus leagues. Not very often you get a good onside run like this. Okay, so I'm going to show you from a couple of angles. This is Jared Bowen making a run, and it's a really, really good pass to split. Now, people always this question that gets asked about how good's the pass. It's not, right? It's the run. The run dictates the pass. Without the run, there is no poor pass. Okay, so when you don't have quality dynamic movement up front from actually good players, you can't pick them out and pass them the ball because the run and the quality of the run isn't there. This is an absolute quality run. You can see he's staying on side, but he's running along the line, making a curved run from outside to in. It's really, really decent, and that opens it up, you know, for the pass to be played through. Boom, decent pass, really good. I'm going to show you from another angle, show you how good this run is. Here you go. Can you see the space? Right. So if you look at that line there, I know I'm going to draw it poorly, but that's what you want to look at. He spots that, and he's trying to make a curved run into this zone here. That's what he's looking to do, and he's staying on side because the left back's dropped too far, and that gives him the extra 2 yards he needs to start moving. Look, bump, bump, bump. Can you see? Look, all of a sudden he's trying to play him offside. It's too late. Now he can make the run in behind the centre backs, and off he goes for the pass. It's really well done. It's really well timed. A lot because the left back drops off too far. Goes through. Alisson makes a worldy save. We don't care about that. Let's move it on. Liverpool get done here. This is I'm not sure who's playing right back at the moment. I have no idea with Trent being injured. But it's still a place where you can expose Liverpool on the left and the right-hand side. I think Andy Robinson's has had his day as well. If you want to get at Liverpool, just play it over the heads of the left and right backs and then have your runners go onto it. And your whip, crosses in all day on them. They're just not solid back there. Not at all. What they are good at doing is stopping you being able to play that ball in the first place by applying some pressure further up the field. And if they don't have that, that ball's on all day against Liverpool. Goes out into the flank. Now, this is just poor defending from Liverpool, right? So you're out of position. It might be the young lad, Gerald Kwanzaa, maybe. I might be getting it wrong here. Don't know. Don't care. It's just players doing a thing as far as I'm concerned. Numbers and faces and names don't mean anything to me. It's just their actions that count. So centre-back has run over to cover. All right, so as the right back, you do not get involved. Basically, what you do is you go and cover for the centre-back. He's come out of position, so you go to his. What they both decide to do is run towards the ball and do nothing. You both can't go towards this ball right here because you're going to get in each other's way. Clearly, Konate's got the line. The other kid, he doesn't. He needs to get out of the way, let Konate deal with it. Can you see them both running down here for no reason? Right? No reason. All he had to do, instead of running, is 1, 2, like that way, 1, 2, that way, and cover this side here. That's all he has to do. Doesn't do it. So when the ball gets played, bump, in you go. Now, this is the interesting part. This is the own goal. You can see Andy Robinson is actually not a fault here. He's coming along this line looking to clear the ball. He's got the line again. What does Virgil van Dijk, the most overrated defender in the Premier League, do? Gets in his way. That's why Andy Robinson's so mad, because at the end, he's looking to clear the ball. But Van Dijk just ends up making a massive mess of it, hitting Robinson, and it goes in the goal. So 2 sets here where Konate had the line and Kwanzaa should have gone uncovered, and then Robinson had the line and Van Dijk should have got out of the way. All wrong. Now, I don't know if they were, I think they came on as substitutes, both of them, to be fair, and that's hard to me, it's a terrible, terrible thing to do. As a coach, I very, very rarely change anyone in my back line. It's one of those weird things when any time you do, you make a mistake. I change them in the starting lineup quite often. That's something different, changing them in the starting lineup than changing them mid-game. Because getting up to the pace of the game and how everyone's playing, and that's an own goal. And look at Andy Robinson. He's so mad. He's so mad. Look, he's screaming, and Van Dijk knows it. He shouldn't have got in the way. And on that run, I guarantee you, Andy Robinson's calling that it's his ball, because he is one of those players. I don't know if you've seen him off the field, or he's very vocal. He's very take charge and command. That's why he's the captain of Scotland. Even though he's been playing rubbish the last couple of weeks, I guarantee you he's yelling and screaming for that ball and telling Van Dijk to get out of the way, and Van Dijk just messes it up. Now, here's the problem. Everyone will blame Andy Robinson because they don't know anything about football. But let's move it on. And just to completely back up what I'm saying, because it's me, I'm right. Look at the player here. You can see he's looking to clear the ball. The ball's bouncing past him, so he's poking it. So he's got no business to be touching this ball, Van Dijk, here, because he's trying to poke it. You can see Andy Robinson's looking to clear it, and Van Dijk ends up poking it into Andy Robinson. And he's made a complete mess of it. Just get out of the way, Van Dijk. Listen to your teammates. Doesn't own goal. But Van Dijk does totally redeem himself by coming up with a winner in the, I think it was the 88th minute, maybe the 89th minute, something like that. And I want to show you the actual, I think it's Jared Bowen that's marking Virgil van Dijk. I mean, sometimes you have to question, well, not sometimes, all the time you have to question the logic of these managers. If you're turning around and going, right, who are we going to have on Van Dijk? Jared Bowen, the smallest, shortest guy on our team. Yeah, sounds great. I mean, it's insane. And you wonder why these managers get questioned all the time, because it's idiocracy. It's complete and utter stupidity. Now, Van Dijk, if I can show you the other angle, I think I can find it as well, of how concentrated he is watching this ball before he jumps up and leaps it and heads it into the goal. Very, very important. He actually shoves, I think it's Jared Bowen, out the way to start this little movement. But you can see, look how focused he is. Look how focused he is. And I think he's coming. No, sorry, that's Jared Bowen there. I'm not sure who this is here. Coming in. You can see he's just completely and utterly focused. His eyes are laser focused on that the whole time. And look, he is trying to stop Van Dijk instead of trying to win the ball. It's a classic Premier League thing, trying to get in people's way instead of actually playing football. If he tries to win the football, he might win it. Big bundle. Actually, it might be Jared Bowen, number 11. I think I'm right. I might be right there. Yeah. But you can see Van Dijk's concentration, and that's huge on corners. If you can keep your eyes on the ball and ignore everybody around you, stay strong, stay powerful, just get the header on target. And he does, giving Liverpool a win. I think they need 2 more to secure the Premier League mathematically, which honestly, that means Arsenal would need to win all their last 6. If Liverpool, it's not going to happen. Liverpool are going to win the league. So take a bow. I can see them taking the gas off and losing a couple of games near the end of the season that they shouldn't be, but I mean, who can blame them, really? They've had such a good season. Other than that, check out my Patreon. There's lots of stuff on there as well. I'm starting to put up for free. So, and I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.